still in the game. Somebody's pulling your chain. About 22nd century science.
Hello, I'm Paul Westran and I'm the author of a video podcast, A 22nd Century Science. This is a podcast or a video podcast about astrology, and it claims that astrology will be a science in the 22nd century. Big claim? Yes. Have I got any evidence to back it up? Yes. I'm the author of the books When Stars Collide and A 22nd Century Science. Astrology is not what we thought it was. In this series of videos, I'll show how we came to understand this. And why should you listen to what I say? Well, I'm the person that did the work. And as I will show, this is something that no one else has done in astrology in 360 years. I have a background in police systems. I was a crime analyst. I've worked for 9 police forces. I've used criminal groups analysis, MO profiling, comparative case analysis, and crime pattern analysis. And this has all been about finding patterns. My most recent role with the police was as head of software at an Australian police force. It was never going to be a scientist that solved this astrology puzzle. And that's really because scientists need funding. And this subject has had no funding in the entire history of science. Astrology has had 0 funding. So it was always going to be someone like me, and that's what I've done, at least in part. I've solved the astrology puzzle. And I've done that by looking at it from a completely new perspective. And that is from the perspective of the moving horoscope, not the fixed horoscope. In solving the astrology puzzle, what I've had to do is deconstruct the horoscope and then start to rebuild it. This is a long process, but like I said, I did the work no one else wanted to do. It took 23 years. It cost $2.2 million. But we got from that a set of variables from which we can make scientific predictions. If you're familiar with graph theory, you may know what an edge is. In astrology, we have something similar to an edge. It's called an aspect. It's the relationship between 2 entities which we treat as an entity in itself. It was in examining these aspects as entities that we were able to solve the astrology puzzle. And this enabled a scientific theory of astrology. So I'll use the episodes in this series to explain and demonstrate this claim. And I know it's a big claim. So welcome to A 22nd Century Science. My name's Paul Westran and I'll be your host for A 22nd Century Science, where we say astrology is not what you think it is.